Go. Here's our people. Let's make sure we don't have anybody else waiting. Perfect. Alrighty, everyone. It is good to see you all this evening. I hope you guys had a great week. I know this is one of my favorite weeks of the year because it's light outside right now. Oh my gosh, it's such a wonderful feeling. I get to go home and the sun is still out, and we got greeted also by such wonderful weather this week for the first time in way too long. It's actually beautiful. So I hope that is invigorating you. I will say the only negative is that it has not been great for my practicing because I would rather be outside, hiking, spending time outdoors. So they need to create some outdoor pianos that I can, do some practicing outside. So let's go ahead and begin today with a little bit of note identification on the bass clef. Typically, bass clef is just a little bit harder for most people. You have to kind of count backwards. So if you're thinking about your F line as being one of those sort of little landmarks that you're using to help you, we know that the line that goes on between the two dots is our F. Another one that's sort of logical for me, it makes sense, is to think about the very bottom space on the bass clef is an A. That's the first letter of the alphabet, bottom space of the bass clef. That's a logical memory device for me. If you have other mnemonic devices that you like, I find that oftentimes I think we talked about this, the every good boy deserves fudge, or Elvis goes boogie down the freeway, or, whatever these little mnemonic devices are, they're cute. I don't think they work super well for kids because kids get confused about which one is which and if it goes up or it goes down. Sometimes though, adults like those. And I think if it helps you and if it helps just identify some of those challenging notes, go for it, whatever floats your boat. So let's go ahead and work on some of these. I'm going to delete the helpers. So we'll see if we can just identify these. Let's do a handful. So you've had a long time to look at this one. Hopefully we all know that this is C. C below middle C. And again, if this is pretty easy, maybe try playing that exact C and then also try finding all of the other C's on the piano. This one is G. Here's an easy one. If you know that A landmark, just a step down, that makes that one a little bit easier to find. This is our A. Oh, if you have good memory, you'll remember this one from 2 questions ago. This is our G again. B. This one is also B. B. G, exactly. F, that's an easy one. We have that little helper there, those 2 dots at the base of clef. Three more. Oh, we know this one. This one's an easy one. C. Last one. And G. Great. So again, if you like to use more of a mnemonic device to memorize your lines or spaces, that's totally fine. I like to use the little landmark approach. If I find a couple that I sort of memorize, and then you just have to count up a few from there, a few down, a few up, a few down. I think that works really well. So let's apply that a bit, shall we? By taking a look at some sight reading exercises like we did last time. So what I'm going to do is these are all in C position. So when I say C position, you think right hand thumb on C, left hand pinky on C. Okay. Right hand thumb on C, left hand pinky on C. So the bottom note in both hands is going to be your C. So let's go ahead and I'm going to play this through and I'm going to say our pitch names out loud as we go. And then I'll give you guys a moment to practice after this. You could just repeat the exercise if you feel like you need a repetition. If you feel really confident, try the transposition. Try taking it up to a G position or a D position or an A position, something you might need to use the back of your book, that reference, to find those different 5-finger scales if you want to, okay? Here we go from the beginning, starting in our C scale. 1, ready, play. G, 2, F, E, G, F, E, right hand C, E, C, D, C, 2, 3, C, E, G, F, E, G, C, F, E, D, C, C, 2, 3. Okay, just about 30 seconds on your own. Try a different hand position. Be a little bit creative if you find this easy. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, I like that one. Sometimes they just don't speak to me. I've got to find a better one. I like this one. This one's fine. Okay, go ahead. Now we're in 4/4, so just note that meter change. Same exact hand position. Here we go all together. 1, 2, ready, play. G, F, E, E, skip to C, D, E, E, right hand, D, 2, E, F, G, skip to E, D, C, hold up to G, 2, 3, F, E, C, D, E, hold, right hand, G, 2, 3, C, C, D, hold, C, hold. Great. Couple seconds to practice. Try transposing if you feel ready. Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, I like this one. This one looks good. Okay, lots of skips. So being able to accurately read the difference between going up by a skip, so, by 3 notes, E, F, G, E to G, that would be a skip, E to C would be a skip, D, F is a skip. Being able to accurately read quickly the difference between steps and skips is really important. So that's a good thing to work on in your own practice if you feel like that's something that maybe gives you trouble on occasion. Because, as you can guess, if there's second and a third, well, we've done this in our interval activities. There's fourths and fifths and sixths and sevenths and eighths and on and on and on. And if you get really good at reading the little ones, it helps when we get to the bigger ones. So let's go ahead and give this one a try all together. Same thing, starting with right hand. 1, 2, ready, play. G, G, E, F, G, E, 2, 3, C, left hand E, G, E, D, D, E, F, E, C, hold, G, F, E, D, D, C, hold, E, F, G, F, E, G, F, E, C, 2, 3, 4. The trickiest notes are always the ones that come when we change hands or we have a new line. So, everything else, we're able to kind of read the context of what came before it. Okay, I just have to go step down from there, skip up from there. But whenever we switch hands, or especially, the line break, noting that one, okay, there's my G right there, and especially the F in the right hand on that second to last measure. That's one, if you're taking little mental notes of here are some specific pitches, those are good ones to look out for. Okay, 30 seconds and then we'll move on. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our books. We're going to start with a little fun activity. Again, I use the word fun. You guys might have different terms in mind. But before I do that, I do want to mention, so quick reminder, next week we have regular class on Tuesday. The week after that, spring break. So no class. I have to get this the 28th, 29th, something like that. no class on that day. And I will send out an email reminder so that way you don't show up at the building and wonder where everybody is. So we will miss you on that night, but we will not be having class. Also, our registration just opened up for summer semester. We are offering a level 2 of this class over the summer, continuing right where we left off. It's also a great class if you have friends or colleagues, family members who are in that sort of, I read music, but I don't really play piano. I mean, we're just a bit over halfway through the class now. We're making good progress. So, we're going to be at a good over halfway through this book by the end of this class. So there's going to be a little bit of an assessment tool for people to take to see if level 1 or level 2 might be right for them. So of course, we would love to see you back in the summertime for the level 2 class. There's also private lessons available through the community program. And then if you have friends who are interested, we'll have the level 1 class again, obviously. So people who are interested in taking level 1, or if you're interested in continuing with the level 2, then that would be great. And just let me, yes.
So I will not be living here over the summer. Can I only take it on Zoom?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have people who join our class every night who are only on Zoom. As long as you feel that's a format that works well for you, then that's great. That would be just fine. So yeah, if you're planning on doing, and that also is nice for summer travel. If you're planning on being away and, getting out in the world and doing some things, then, all of our classes will be recorded. You're welcome to join remotely, all that kind of stuff. And we're actually hoping to offer a fully online section of the level 1, just because there's so many people who are in the Mizzou system who are living all over the place, Kansas City, St. Louis, and further than that. So anyway, just to put that little blurb out there for you, let's take a look at something a little bit fun. Okay, if you feel comfortable being paired in a duet with somebody else, hand up. Okay, look at that. We can do we could be a pair if somebody needs a pair. Is that a yes? I don't know what this means. Yes, okay, that's a yes. Great. So and then you guys, we're gonna do stuff on our own. Or you know what, if you're both so shy, I mean, you might as well be a pair together, but no, I'll get you guys something else to do. We're gonna take a look at English folk song on page 76. One that you guys maybe did some practicing on this week. This one's really simple. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to put you guys in a duet pair, and you're going to play. I don't know that I can do this. Anyway, we'll figure this out. I'm going to have one duet partner play the right hand, the other duet partner play the left hand, and then you guys can switch. So if you are not, we have perfect. Okay, Caroline, do you want to do a duet with somebody?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Both are fun. Good to see you. So if you do not want to do a duet, if you're like, no, thank you, would not like to, take a look at English folk song and see if you can swap your hands. So see if you can try to play that right hand melody with your left hand while you play the left hand part with your right hand. A little bit of a brain twister there, but see how you do with that kind of swapping the hands around. So we're looking at English folk song, page 76. Let me go ahead and put some pairs together here. Let's have Susan and Nathan back there. Okay, give me patience here. That's 1, 2, that's 3, and 6 need to be together. Okay. All right, you guys may not be able to hear each other talking super well, and the playing may be faint, but you should be able to hear each other now. See if you can hear each other.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's put Reese and Ella, and that's 2 and 5. Okay, and then let's have Margaret and Caroline. So you guys should be able to hear across right there. Reese, you should be able to hear Ella. Ella, you should be able to hear Reese right across from you. There you go. And then let's put Margaret and Caroline together. That's 4, and you're at 7. Okay.
I can hear her.
Yeah.
So quiet. Yeah.
So again, make sure when you're doing the duets, turn your keyboard volume all the way up and play loud.
We're having people over here hearing each other.
Can you can't hear her at all?
No.
Put on both headphones. The one of the headphones may be broken. That's not uncommon. Anything? Nothing? Okay, how about you move to this one back here? That's not exactly convenient, but we'll give it a try. Oh, that's very true. I guess it's really not that much worse. Okay, and then folks who are swapping hands again, see if you can give that a try. Playing right hand part with your left hand part with right hand. And if you find that so you don't have to cross your hands, or you could cross your hands, or you could just play it. Try to play the right hand melody with your left hand while you play the chord in your right hand. Okay, and then I gotta change this group back here. So now you're at 9. So I'm gonna change this. Okay. Susan and Nathan, can you guys hear each other now?
I can hear you. Okay, here we go.
Okay, great. There we go. So people on Zoom, you guys can do the same thing. Just give a try on playing the English folk song with switching your hands. Okay, so you guys can hear each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So choose which person is going to play right hand first and who's going to play left hand first. And then you switch. Pick somebody to count off and give you guys a tempo. Choose a slow tempo to start with, and then give it a try. All right. Whenever you're ready. Okay.
I'll do right hand.
Okay. So you guys have questions? You could try that. That could be kind of interesting.
I'm gonna start
Do you want to count? Okay. So, I can try to play this melody.
okay, I'll just go.
Okay. Okay. And switch the octave. So I'm gonna play this left hand. I'm gonna play it in my left hand octave.
1, 2, 3.
So it would sound like this. I'm trying to switch. No, honestly, whatever you
So I'm
want.
still playing this, I'm still playing, okay.
So yeah, so you would just play these notes in your left hand leg.
Okay.
So now, if you wanted to try doing like this, I mean.
Okay,
that
do you
could
wanna
be
switch?
kind of fun.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the three. That was a tie. So that's no, you hold it.
Okay.
Notice
what I
it's
thought.
one note, same exact note. Oh, okay. Do you get what we're trying here? So put them in the same, so just put them in the same place that you had them before. So right hand thumb on this C, sorry. So put your right hand thumb on this note,
Okay.
and that's
You
your.
want to switch?
There you go. And then left hand pinky there. Perfect. So that's just our regular hand position we have here. Now, try to play.
My bad if I
Yes,
missed it. I can barely hear you.
Okay.
I'm also,
With your left
I'm not really great
And
at
then
timing,
one
so
side.
I'm like.
Me neither. Me neither.
Sorry, I messed that one up.
And then you can just kind of stop. And you know what? You could try. You could try doing whatever sounds fun for you, just to kind of practice on this one. Okay, do you guys get it? Feel pretty good? Try Gavat. If you feel really good and if you've got the English folk song for my duet people, try Gavat on the next page. This one's a little bit harder, okay? So Susan and Nathan, if you guys feel really comfy on English folk song, try Gavat on the next page. This one's a little bit harder, and have somebody play right hand, somebody play left hand. See how it goes.
It'll be hard.
Which one do you want to do?
Do
you want to start with right here?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh gosh, okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Oh, gosh.
They'll try it again.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. Ah.
You want me
Yeah.
to try the right hand now?
Sure.
Okay.
1, 2, ready, go.
You know, I kind of have some of this. My quarter and a half that thing. Sure.
That one's hard.
It is hard. It is hard because I can barely hear you.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta talk quiet.
The sound on these is just not.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
I'm going too fast, Nathan. I'm going too fast. No, it doesn't.
Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and let's call this.
Okay.
I think this was fun. Hopefully, whatever kind of activity you were giving a try, we had some fun with it. Let me unpair these groups here. I always forget to do this part. So, but it should be, again, something kind of fun, something a little bit different, just to give you guys a try. So, let's talk about what we're gonna just pass through here. We're gonna just bypass simple gifts. This one's a great one to practice on your own, but we're not gonna look at it right now. So do feel free to practice it this week if you didn't already practice. Taking a look at this left hand or the inner ledger line note B. This is just how we write a B if we want to play it with our right hand, you know, so that B on the top is bass clef, just showing that right there. So we've got simple gifts, rhythm drills. These are great to try hands separately and hands together doing your repeats. We're not going to go over those right now, but a really great warm up for you to use in your practice. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and start with Moon on the Water on page 82. Let's start with this first. So I like this one a lot for a couple of reasons. It's very fun. It's so pretty. So we've got skips and steps in the right hand. So if we notice the sort of opening theme idea, skips in the left hand, A, C, F, G, A, C. So stepping, skip, skip. Now, this is a little different. This next measure, it says LH2 over. That means you take your left hand and you bring it over your right hand to play that higher E, and then you go back to your right hand on the C. Okay? So you have to cross left hand, right hand, cross your left hand over your right hand. High E, 2 back down to right hand. 2, 3. Okay. I always get this question. Can't I just hop 5, 5, 5 and just play it all with my pinky? No, you cannot. Hand crossing is a part of things that we do in piano sometimes. I mean, it is sometimes the most efficient way to play. In this case, do you have to cross your hand over to get to that one? No. I mean, you could do it without and it would probably be just fine. But it's a good way to start practicing this concept of hand crossing, which does come up in our music. And also, it looks so pretty when you do it. People are going to think you really know what you're doing. You know, if you cross the left, they're like, oh, she just does it like this. Oh my God, expert, you know, like somebody's a classical concert pianist here. So again, in our little discussion of, you know, always noting the form, if we learn that first line, well, there's half the song. So we have the first line, second line, fourth line, exactly the same. And then these contrasting lines, very simple. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. All together, I'm going to say our note names out loud. Press that far right pedal down, that damper pedal, and you can press this down at the beginning of the piece and keep it down the entire song. You never have to lift it up. So here we go from the beginning. 1, ready, play. F, A, C, right hand, F, G, A, C, left hand, E, 2, 3, C, 2, same thing again, F, A, C, F, G, A, C, left hand, E, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, F, A, C, F, 2, 3, F, G, A, C, D, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, F, C, F, A together, F, C, F, A together, and then hold. That is our tie through the end here. Fantastic. 2 minutes or so to practice this one on your own. Really work on bringing out the dynamics. We have some really good dynamic contrast here. We start mezzo forte. Second line is kind of an echo. We've got some nice crescendos and decrescendos. And if you feel really comfortable playing the original version, try the transposition to the C pentascale. But don't worry about that until you feel really confident, and then we'll try it with the teacher part, okay?
How do you crescendo or crescendo with a single note?
You can't
Okay.
on the piano.
Okay.
That is our only limitation. This instrument is perfect, otherwise has no flaws. But no, we cannot do crescendo or crescendo on a single note.
Okay,
So
I just looked at it like,
crescendo to it,
okay.
and then decrescendo away. Decrescendoing is very easy. It sort of happens all by itself
Yeah.
on a single note.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yep, go ahead. Have a hand raised from Adriana. Adriana, go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed last week. I'm a little lost.
So that's okay.
Uh,
Sorry. I sent you an email just before this.
Oh,
So
okay,
I sent you out the class recording on the YouTube video. So
Okay.
honestly, if you want to just go watch that, I think until you watch that YouTube recording, I think you might be a little bit lost.
I'm a
So,
little lost, okay.
Yeah.
No, I
go-
still have to learn. I have to learn the notes. So,
Oh, yes.
okay, but I was
So-
trying to, so this is on the right hand, is that F, G, A, C? on
That's
the second
exactly
measure?
right.
And
That's
then where do you
perfect.
put? Then you put the thumb on the F? See
Yep,
the-
right hand thumb goes on the F, exactly. But feel free to, again, just go back and maybe watch that recording from last
Okay,
week.
yeah, I need.
And I think you'll feel much
Okay.
more confident. And I'll post this one as a YouTube video for you too. So
Thank
that way
you.
you can see it easily. Yep.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm trying to, at least if I don't get all of it,
Yeah.
at least, stick to it.
Exactly. Just a little bit of something. That is just perfect. No problem at all.
Okay, and then the left hand is F, A, C.
Exactly.
FAC, yeah. I just lose confidence when we have to play it in class.
I know you're good, but no, nobody can hear you. So you're just fine. Don't even
I
worry
know.
about it.
Okay, all right, I'll practice this.
You got it.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Thanks for sending me the link. That's what I needed. Yep, from
Good,
last
you're
week.
good.
Okay.
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and give this a try with our teacher part now. Here we go. Starting from the very beginning, back in our F scale, if you had tried to transpose this one, here we go. 1, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Fantastic. So hopefully you felt good about that. And if not, you can always try it with the recording later. Wonderful. All right, let's move on to my favorite song. I really mean this one. Okay. I know I use the favorite word. I was about to say I use the F word, but that has negative implications. Not gonna say that. I use the word favorite a lot. I say this is the one I love. I love this one so much. This one's my favorite. This one's really my favorite. Oh my gosh, this was so beautiful. The teacher part is gorgeous. And you guys are gonna love this one because no hand position changes. No playing a bunch of notes in the hands together at the same time. It really keeps it pretty straightforward here. So only places where we have to worry about playing hands together. The second measure, the fourth measure, and then measure 10. And everything else is just all on its own. Only thing is a little different here, hand position. We have left hand thumb on C, right hand thumb on D. So this was 500-year-old melody, 500-year-old melody. It really is 500 years old. That's not just the name of the song, it's actually true. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Are you having trouble finding it in your
Yes, I
book?
have the old book.
Caroline, which page is yours on?
78. I have a Star Wars theme on 78.
You have a Star Wars, you have a whole different one? Oh my goodness. Just look along of the screen, and that's why. Right, yeah, I mean, maybe it would sound, you could play it together. Maybe it pairs nicely. So here we go, you guys, from the beginning. I'll say our note names out loud. Oh, and one more thing. Watch out for these kind of tricky repeats. So we repeat the first 2 lines, then we play the third line, then we repeat just that third line. So just keep that in mind, a little bit different there, okay? Here we go from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, play. A, B, C, D, E, C, A, E, C, A, F, E, F, A, E, 2, 3, 4, D, 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 C, C, B, A, B, C, A. Go back to the beginning. And A, B, C, D, E, C, A, E, C, A, F, E, F, A, E, C, A. 3, 4, D, 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 C, C, B, A, B, C, A, 2, 3. Next line. A, both A's, both A's. G, A, G, F, E. Repeat just that line. A, right hand, A, together, both A's and G, A, G, F, E. Next page. G, 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 C, C, D, E, F, G, E, D, C, D, 4. D, 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 C, C, D, E, F, G, E, D, C, D, D, C, 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 B, A, B, C, A. Great. Okay, let's take a few minutes, not very many minutes, and practice this one just on your own. Once, twice through if you have time for it. We're gonna try with the teacher part, and then we'll be all finished for tonight.
Would this be considered minor?
Good question. Yes? Question mark? It's modal, which is a whole other thing.
Okay.
But yes, generally, sections of it definitely are. This part definitely is.
Yeah.
That's
I was
definitely
playing
minor.
it, I'm like, that's minor.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Okay, I just wondering.
Good question. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try with the teacher part just to wrap up for tonight. Okay, here we go. From the beginning, I'll try to keep a moderately slow tempo, but we want it to move, sound like music. So even if you don't keep up with everything, don't worry about it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. So again, that might have been a little on the fast side, but that's okay. You can always try it again with the recording later. All right, folks, I look forward to seeing you next week. We will probably get started. Yeah, we'll probably get started with when the Saints go marching in on 91. So just a couple pages for you to practice sort of on your own. Some of the ones we skipped over tonight, if you hadn't had much of a chance to practice those yet, go for it. Reveille on page 86, 87, crosshand arpeggios, and then we'll go ahead and get started on page 91 for next time, okay? All right, everyone, have a great week. I have not.
Okay,
emailed you
I was
back
just
yet.
wondering, but it's
I
okay.
remembered, and yes, I will send you, I have a couple of ideas, comments, and so I'll send you an email with all those very shortly. And feel free to pester me about it if you're like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I get like upwards of like 50, 60 emails a day, and so
Yeah.
often it could. Feel free.
No,
to-
it's okay.
Feel
I
free
just
to
wanted
bug me.
Okay.
So I want to register for the next class.
I will send out a link
You're
with
sending the
all
link
of
to it. Okay.
the registration forms, all that good
Now, do
stuff
you
on there
teach it?
for you. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's not. All right, and let's see, we've got some questions on Zoom, I think. Let me unshare the screen here. and look. Bye, Caroline. Have a good week. All right, go ahead and unmute Adriana. Yeah, go ahead and just unmute. Just unmute yourself first so I can hear you.
I have to practice this, but on the 500-year-old melody, where does the finger, left hand finger is on A?
Yep, left hand finger 3, so your middle finger on A for left hand.
Middle finger on A, okay, and
So then
then,
that would put your thumb on C. So if you just think about thumb should be on C for left hand, then right hand thumb on D. That would, that's a good way to think about that.
okay, and then the right hand, one is on D.
Exactly right.
So next to the thumb on C.
Exactly. Thumbs just are neighbors right there on the keyboard, just right next to each other.
Okay, great. I will practice.
Awesome. Have fun. Okay.
Thank you, Megan. Good night.
Good.
I
You
look
have a good
forward
night
to-
too.
I think I will need to probably repeat this course rather than move on.
You know what? And that actually, lots of people do that.
I think so, just to get a real solid
Yes.
basis, you know?
That's what a lot of people do is many people in the past have taken this class one time and then they take it again. So there is a precedent for that. You know, hopefully maybe by this summer, you might feel comfortable coming in person. And if not, no problem, you could continue online, but there would be both options for you this summer. You could repeat the class in an in-person environment or online again. But yes, absolutely. We'd love to have you in it again.
Wonderful, you're great.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yay. And I
love
will
my
send you
piano.
out that. And I
Yeah.
will send you out the YouTube of tonight
Perfect,
also, so that way you can review that and just make sure that you're up with everything.
perfect. Thanks, Megan.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye.